Okay, we start the top 10 list with number 10, James Cook of the Buffalo Bills. Last year he was an honorable mention. This year he really rose up to the challenge. A huge part of the Bills offense. Actually, really key and vital piece to the playoff success that they had going all the way to the AFC Championship game. So overall, James Cook definitely became more of an important piece and really helped out Josh Allen. And I feel like without James Cook's production on both ends in terms of receiving and running the football, I really believe that Josh Allen's season could not have been an MVP type year. So I think James Cook definitely played a good part in this. But yeah, overall, I mean, the fact that he was able to be efficient on the ground, it gave Josh Allen a way to have more play actions and obviously get guys down the field open and whatnot. So James Cook's 25 years old, 3 years in the league, 2 years, $10.68 million on the deal. 16 games played, 207 carries, 1,009 yards, 16 rushing touchdowns, 4.9 yards per carry, 63.1 yards per game, 1,267 scrimmage yards, one fumble, 32 receptions for 258 yards and two touchdowns, 16.1 receiving yards per game, and he broke 14 tackles. In the 3 games in the playoffs, 53 carries, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5.1 yards per carry, 90.7 yards per game, 6 receptions, 64 yards, 21.3 receiving yards per game, and 4 broken tackles. Again, fantastic in terms of the numbers that he put up. He was ready to go in the postseason. He was a Pro Bowler. He was eighth in yards per carry, and he was first in rushing touchdowns. Yeah, he had a great year. Definitely excited to see what he does. Again, he's young, so I expect him to still be a super big focus and a vital piece of this Bills team, which obviously want to get back to the AFC title game and obviously reach a Super Bowl. Number 9, it's going to be Joe Mixon. Last year he was number 7, so he's moving down 2 spots. Really, it's just the fact that there are just running backs that are getting a lot better, improving, and needing to be higher on the list. Joe Mixon has been an efficient 1,000 yards runner for a while in this league. I definitely believe that he's still relevant. I mean, he's still impactful for his teams. If it's Cincinnati, obviously Houston, he did some great things there. But again, he has barely cracked the 1,000 yard mark, and there's nothing that just screams like, oh man, this guy's like top 3 running back. This guy's like unstoppable. He's had to deal with injuries, and um, he's had offenses that really just didn't give him the ball that much. So again, he just hasn't had the opportunity to explode like that. So, but overall, he's deserving of this countdown. He's 28 years old, 8 years in the league, 2 years, $16 million, 14 games played, 245 carries, 1,016 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4.1 yards per carry, 72.6 yards per game, 36 receptions for 309 yards and a touchdown, 22.1 receiving yards per game, had 1,225 scrimmage yards. He had 25 broken tackles in the playoffs. The 2 games played, he had 43 carries for 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4.5 yards per carry, 97 yards per game, 3 receptions for 25 yards, 12.5 yards per game there with a fumble and 5 broken tackles. He was a Pro Bowler, and he was ninth in yards per game. So overall, it's a good list, and again, he's deserving of being on this list. Nine's a good position for him. We'll see, obviously, what happens in terms of next year, and hopefully he continues to produce. It's going to be Bijan Robinson of the Atlanta Falcons. Last year, he wasn't even ranked, no honorable mention or nothing. He was a rookie. This year, he exploded, was a huge, vital piece to the Atlanta offense, and he's going to continue to be on the receiving end, on the running end. He's just an extremely uh, elusive back, very hard to bring down because of the ability of having that ball carrier vision that he um, has just had a talent for and just a knack for knowing where to go and the fluid motion of how he's going to cut back and how he's going to find empty space to run for multiple yards. So again, he's a special talent, and Atlanta's very happy to have him. Obviously, yeah, he's 23 years old, 2 years in the league, 2 years, $6.48 million. 17 games he played, 304 carries, 1,456 yards, 14 touchdowns, 4.8 yards per carry, 85.6 yards per game, 61 receptions for 431 yards and a touchdown, 25.4 receiving yards per game. He had 1,887 scrimmage yards, one fumble, and 28 broken tackles. He wasn't able to be in the postseason, but again, this is Atlanta rebuilding. He was a Pro Bowler, though. He was fourth in carries. He was third in rushing yards, fifth in rushing touchdowns, ninth in yards per carry, fourth in yards per game, and fourth in scrimmage yards. So again, he had a great season. I'm expecting more out of him. Still very young, still can not even in his prime yet. So I'm expecting a lot of great things from him. And yeah, super solid place for him for his first time. Seven is going to be Kyron Williams. Last year, honorable mention. This year on the list, and rightfully so. He's a power back, tank in the red zone. Definitely, most of his touchdowns are going to be from there. But overall, he is a guy that's very hard to bring down. He's got a looseness to him. Definitely slower than other backs, but for the most part, extremely, extremely versatile, and a very vital piece to the Rams offense. And so he definitely is very deserving of being where he's at. Um, yeah, he's 24 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $5.34 million, 16 games played, 316 carries, 1,299 yards, 14 touchdowns, 4.1 yards per carry, 81.2 yards per game. He had 34 receptions for 182 yards and two touchdowns, 11.4 receiving yards per game, 1,481 scrimmage yards, five fumbles, 29 broken tackles. The five fumbles obviously could be better, but he's still young and still can develop as a better running back. The two games that he played in the postseason, he had 35 carries for 182 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, 91 yards per game. He had four receptions for 15 yards, one touchdown, one fumble, and four broken tackles. Very hard to bring down. He was 11th in Offensive Player of the Year. He was 7th in rushing yards. He was third in carries, fifth in rushing touchdowns, and sixth in yards per game. So again, definitely needed to be on this list. I feel like could have been sooner, but with what was going on, I think Kyron just needed time to develop. I wanted to see more, and I got that. So Kyron Williams, very deserving of being on this countdown, and hopefully continue to strive and climb up. 6, it's going to be Aaron Jones. Last year was 9, so he climbed up 3 spots and very well deserved. He's honestly one of those guys that's been around the league for a while and has done nothing but produce. He's had battled of injuries, but again, he's had numbers that are greater than 1,000 yards for the season, right? And again, he's made a huge impact on the receiving end. Obviously, there have been issues with him fumbling, but this is a really really fun guy to watch. Obviously with age, he's still extremely versatile in terms of his looseness, his ball carrier vision, and the amount of power that he brings. Though, so overall, he's a guy that you need to make sure you know where he's at. And again, the Vikings, I think he's a very underrated player for sure. But he's just been the most consistent. He's put in the most work in terms of the numbers that he's put up. So I have to give Aaron Jones credit and leeway. And having him number 6 sounds pretty high, but again, there's going to be running backs that are going to get even better, which might make him go possibly down the list. But right now, he's number 6, and I really don't think that I should question it as of right now. 30 years old, 8 years in the league, 2 years, 20 million, 17 games played, 255 carries, 1,138 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4.5 yards per carry, 66.9 yards per game, 51 receptions for 408 yards and 2 touchdowns, 24 yards per game, 1,546 scrimmage yards, 5 fumbles, and 12 broken tackles. In the one game they played in the playoffs, he had 13 carries for 48 yards, 3.7 yards per carry, a 48 yards per game, 3 receptions for 12 yards. He was ninth in carries. He was ninth in rushing yards. He was eighth in scrimmage yards. Again, top 10 in some critical numbers. Definitely deserving of being on this countdown. I'd see him still producing. I could see him definitely as age creeps up on him. I do believe he'll probably go down, but again, very deserving of being on a top 10 list right now.